Life is full of discomforts, hardships, and struggles. Many of us actively avoid suffering, often seeking shortcuts to happiness or success. However, true growth, whether it's in our career, fitness, relationships, or emotional resilience, often requires us to face discomfort head on. The truth is, the most significant growth happens when we put ourselves through situations that push our limits, challenge our beliefs, and force us to adapt. This speech is about why we should not run from suffering, but instead embrace it. Through suffering, we gain strength. Through discomfort, we build character. And through perseverance, we unlock the most extraordinary versions of ourselves. In this speech, we will explore the concept of forcing yourself to suffer, how doing so leads to personal development, why it's necessary for long-term success, and how you can apply this mindset to become an unstoppable force in your own life. We've all heard the phrase, no pain, no gain. It's a cliche, yet it's one of the most profound truths when it comes to growth. Suffering is not something to fear, but something to be used as a tool for transformation. In the beginning, the discomfort you feel might seem overwhelming, and the temptation to quit will be strong. But every time you push past that pain, you enter a new level of capability, strength, and wisdom. Think about a muscle. When it is subjected to strain through weightlifting or intense activity, it tears down before it can rebuild stronger than before. This process is called hypertrophy. Similarly, when we force ourselves into uncomfortable situations, our mental, emotional, and spiritual muscles tear down and rebuild stronger. It's the only way to grow. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It is a driving force that allows you to stick to your goals even when suffering feels unbearable. Discipline is about doing what needs to be done even when you don't want to do it. And it's about forcing yourself to persist through the discomfort that will ultimately pay off. Discipline is a skill. It's developed by making the choice to suffer in the short term for long-term rewards. When we talk about forcing yourself to suffer, we're talking about the ability to hold yourself accountable, push through the tough moments, and keep going when everything inside you wants to quit. It's in those moments of suffering that the seeds of mastery are planted. Fear is one of the most paralyzing forces in our lives. It stops us from taking risks, making bold decisions, and pursuing our dreams. Fear is a response to the unknown, and it thrives in our comfort zones. When we choose to force ourselves into situations that make us uncomfortable, we are, in essence, choosing to face our fears. By pushing ourselves into discomfort, we challenge the very beliefs that hold us back. We force ourselves to step outside our safe zones and into the arena where the real growth happens. Suffering builds resilience. The more you experience hardship and overcome it, the more you learn to weather future storms. Think about the most resilient people in the world. They didn't achieve greatness by avoiding struggle. They achieved greatness because they faced struggles head on, endured them, and came out stronger on the other side. If you want to be resilient, you need to make peace with suffering. Learn how to endure it, embrace it, and use it to fuel your growth. Mental toughness is the ability to push yourself through difficult times when others would give up. It's the ability to keep going when your mind tells you stop. It's the ability to embrace suffering and still maintain focus on your goals. The most successful people in the world are not the ones who have the easiest lives. They're the ones who have the mental toughness to thrive in difficult circumstances. By forcing yourself to suffer, you develop this toughness. There's a profound truth that lies at the heart of suffering. It has the potential to bring purpose into your life. When you force yourself to suffer, you create an opportunity to discover what truly matters to you. Pain, adversity, and discomfort force us to dig deep within ourselves, to find the strength and the reasons why we're willing to endure the hardship. Every person who has achieved something extraordinary has done so because they found meaning in their suffering. They understood that the pain they were experiencing was not just a random series of events, but a necessary part of their journey. By embracing this mindset, you transform your pain into a source of motivation and clarity. You realize that your suffering has a purpose, that it is shaping you into the person you need to become. Success doesn't come without a price. Every goal, every dream, every aspiration requires sacrifice. This is where the concept of suffering comes into play. To achieve something meaningful, you will have to give up things that are comfortable, familiar, and easy. Whether it's your time, your energy, or your security, success always demands sacrifice. The key is to understand that the sacrifices you make today are investments in your future. By forcing yourself to suffer in the present, you set yourself up for a life that is far beyond what you could achieve by avoiding discomfort. Sacrifice is not a punishment. Obstacles are a given in life. Every road to success is filled with barriers, setbacks, and challenges. But how you approach these obstacles is what defines your success. Will you let them defeat you, or will you use them as opportunities to grow stronger? Suffering and hardship are the perfect breeding grounds for persistence. When we experience pain and difficulty, we have two choices. We can give up, or we can choose to fight through it. The greatest achievers in history have never been the ones who avoided obstacles. They have been the ones who confronted them head on, forced themselves to suffer through them, and came out the other side with greater determination and a stronger sense of purpose. In our society, we are often taught to focus on the end result, the trophy, the promotion, the dream home, or the perfect relationship. But true growth doesn't happen at the end of the journey. It happens along the way, in the suffering, the struggles, and the small victories that accumulate over time. When you embrace suffering as part of the process, you stop focusing solely on the destination and start appreciating the journey. You realize that the challenges you face today are the building blocks of the person you are becoming. You learn to savor the small wins and to see every moment of discomfort as an essential part of your growth.